Now that was a knockout out of nowhere, a KO out of nowhere for Fabio Wardley. Lost every single round, in my opinion, to Justice Huni. And in the 10th round, knocks him out. Look, honestly, I think Fabio Wardley is probably like Deontay Wilder, but better in ways. No, all round he's a better fighter than Wilder, in my opinion. That was unbelievable from Fabio Wardley, to be completely honest. And you can't rule them out. You can't rule anyone out of winning a world title with that power. I'm not saying, he is going to win a world title, but with someone having that kind of power that Fabio Wardley has, you can't rule them out of being a world champion one day. You can't rule them out of knocking out anyone. He got beat down, then off the ropes, he just knocked Huni out. I feel bad for Huni. Wardley won me money there, but I think the thing is, though, in the end, you get to that point anyway, and it's like I kind of wanted Huni to win, though. It's a strange one. I feel bad for Justice Huni. I feel really, really, really bad for Justice Huni that he didn't win that fight. That was a fantastic performance. It didn't look like Wardley was coming out with anything at all. Wardley, in that 10th round, at that point, had absolutely nothing in him, it looked like. Then he suddenly comes out of nowhere with a massive right hand, which he, by the way, found very well. It was not a lucky punch at all. It was not a lucky punch. He countered Justice Huni very well and just found that shot. He's got dangerous power. I wouldn't even put it past him saying that he could be the hardest hitter in the heavyweight division. I don't know if that's a bit of an overstatement, but I wouldn't put it past him at all saying that he might be the hardest hitter in the heavyweight division. He very well might be. He very, very, very well might be the hardest hitter in the heavyweight division. I mean, you've got people like Daniel Dubois who hits ridiculously hard. You've got people like AJ who hits ridiculously hard. But with that one punch knockout, which can come out of nowhere when you're on that back foot, and it comes out of nowhere and you time that well, he can finish anyone. You cannot rule Fabio Wardley out at all. Look at what he did to Fraser Clark. Look at what he was able to do to Justice Huni just there. Look, I think Wardley defensively is very questionable, but he has got a fantastic chin. He has got heart and he's got a fantastic chin. And this is a white-collar fighter. This is a guy who's never had any amateur fights. Like, when I say never, I mean never had any amateur fights. He had a few white-collar fights, then came right into the pro game and is now the WBA interim heavyweight champion of the world. He's got a story like not many people have at all. He's a guy who you can never rule out of a fight. And I feel bad for Justice Huni because he was beating down Fabio Wardley badly there for 10 rounds. Honestly, 9.5 rounds, he was beating him down badly to the body, mixing up his shots well. Wardley was there for the taking. And I feel like as well, though, Huni could have taken his moments, but he didn't. And I'm sure he's going to be gutted about that because he could have done that slightly bit more, where he could have at least have dropped Fabio Wardley. At the very least, he could have at least dropped Fabio Wardley there. Wardley was there for the taking, but again, it shows the heart, the grit, and the chin of Fabio Wardley being absolutely fantastic. I thought Huni looked very good. I thought Huni looked very, very, very good tonight. And I was saying just before he got knocked out, this is a proper world level performance from Justice Huni. That's what I was saying before Huni got knocked out. And he's at that level. And he's came very, very, very bloody far ever since that loss to Kevin the Brenner. He's come very far. Yeah, honestly, I think Huni is a very good fighter. And I knew coming into the fight he would cause Fabio Wardley problems. I said Wardley would stop him late. I was right. But I knew Huni would cause him problems. And the thing is, well, I saw loads of people saying, oh, this is such an easy fight for Fabio Wardley. Well, you were all proved wrong. It was obvious that it was never going to be an easy fight. I don't think Wardley's ever going to want to take a rematch against Huni. I mean, there's no point in it if, look at the opportunities he's got now. But it's a very risky rematch to take as well. So the rematch won't happen, but for Justice Huni, there's big fights there for him. I wouldn't mind seeing him go up against Moses of the Town. I feel like he's got a style that can cause Moses of the Town with problems. I think Huni's got a come forward style, quick hands, nice movement that can cause anyone problems. But I do feel like Justice Huni massively took his eye off the ball in that fight, though, as the fight went on. Huni was getting so much success in that fight, and he couldn't really miss Wardley, especially with that lead hooking jab. He couldn't miss Wardley with those shots at all. And I think he's going to be gutted he didn't do more there, but he's got that awkward style where he's a nice, accurate puncher and could cause someone like Tama problems and could win against him. Or, I feel like he's a very good fighter, Justice Huni, but it's just the bad luck for Eddie Hearn striking once again. The bad luck for Eddie Hearn striking once again. I feel like if Huni was promoted by Frank Warren, he would have won the fight. If Huni wasn't promoted by Eddie Hearn, he would have won the fight. Yeah, I think he might as well change promoter after that, honestly. Bad luck. Very bad luck. But again, it was a very nicely timed shot from Fabio Wardley. It wasn't lucky at all. But again, as I said at the start of the video, like, you can't rule someone out of being a world champion when you've got power like that. You can't rule out someone being a world champion where, they can just, come off the back foot, or they can, come out with a big shot from whatever angle they're at, whatever position they're in. Someone like Wardley can just come out with a massive shot. You can't rule anyone out like that from being a world champion. It's just a different level kind of power that he's got, and a different level kind of, counters, a different level kind of boxing IQ that you've got there. I mean, but overall boxing IQ, technicality and stuff, no, it's not the best. But to look at and find that shot and pick that shot at exactly the right moment and get that right exact power behind that, which Wardley was able to do, it is good boxing IQ. It is. Being able to set up power like that, being able to set up a shot like that off of the ropes when you're in big trouble, getting dominated the whole fight, being able to, keep, not, the thing is with Fabio Wardley is he never, throughout his career, we saw it in that Fraser Clark fight, he had to dig deep. We saw it tonight, he had to dig very deep. He just doesn't lose that hunger. He doesn't ever give up mentally. And that's very rare for someone who comes from a white collar background, who's had no amateur fights. It's very rare you see that kind of thing happen. So big respect to Fabio Wardley, but big respect to Justice Huni as well, because he was very good tonight. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Speak to the next one.